Visinema just revealed an original soundtrack, a poster, and a visual trailer for Home Sweet Loan at Epicenter Movie Theater, Kuningan, South Jakarta. Sabrina Rochelle Kalangi's new film explores the challenges many people face in achieving their dream of owning a home. The 2-minute trailer shows the main character, Kaluna, played by Yunita Siregar, struggling with the pressures of being a sandwich generation. The directors revealed that this film is one of the most meaningful projects she's ever worked on that reflects a personal chapter of her life. She also hopes that the audience can connect with its emotional depth.
Salah satu yang paling personal sih gitu, yang paling personal yang pernah aku kasih di suatu film gitu. Bukan berarti ya sebelumnya enggak, tapi ini tuh benar-benar sesuatu yang benar-benar lagi ongoing, lagi sesuatu yang benar-benar menurutku apa ya, representasi babak kehidupan aku juga sih gitu. Dan aku merasa segala apa yang dialami Kaluna itu tuh aku ngerti betul gitu, maksudnya aku ngerti betul walaupun mungkin keadaannya nggak sama persis, tapi menurutku itu sih yang berusaha benar-benar aku taruh di setiap craftingan ketika kita development.
Aku tuh cuma numpang ya Bu di sini.
Itu kalau habis makan.
The casts can also relate to the film. Yunita feels a deep connection to the character as she is the youngest of the 3 siblings and often feels burdened by family responsibilities. She believes that main characters represents the feelings of many people these days. Other cast, Derby Romero also found similarities between his character, Danan, and his own life, making him a lot easier to explore his role. In addition to releasing teasers and posters, Visinema Pictures also released the original soundtrack titled Ants at Me, performed by Idgi Taf. With touching lyrics and melodies, this young Indonesian singer aimed to convey the main character's emotion as a strong human being struggling to find a place she can call home. Home Sweet Loan is set to hit theaters on September 26th. See Today contributor reporting from Jakarta.
Makanya orangnya pas-pasan kayak aku nggak berhak punya rumah sendiri.
Yes, that was a snippet of the trailer of Home Sweet Loan, directed by Sabrina Rochelle Kalangi. And this morning in this movie talk, we are joined by the director Sabrina and also her actors, Yunita Siregar, who plays Kaluna, and Derby Romero as Danan. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting us
Gosh, yes, absolutely. I'm so intrigued by this film because the issue is super current, right?
Yes.
So Sabrina, when you first came across this novel and you decided to direct this movie, what drew you into this story?
I think what draws me the most is the fact that I feel really connected with Kaluna's character and her struggles. And I feel like it represents a lot of people in my generations.
Which is millennial or
yes,
Gen
millennial
Z?
and Gen Zs.
Yes.
And I think this is a very important matter to bring up in a film medium.
Yes, in a film medium. What is it exactly that Kaluna is facing? What is the issue? Because, I mean, we mentioned a little bit, it's sandwich generation, but what is it exactly?
Actually, it's a little bit of everything in her life. It's like economics and social pressure and also like
Love life as well.
Yeah, love life as well, and also the value of collectiveness in our culture, which I think pretty much put a lot of pressures in people like us.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's what really makes the struggle itself feels
very representing and feels
Relatable.
Yeah, relatable.
Yeah, from the way you express it, it sounds very personal to you indeed,
Yeah.
and also
It
maybe
is.
for Yunita and also Derby, because I think all of us, the five of us, actually come from millennial generation,
Yeah.
also Gen Zs, right? Tell us about your character Kaluna, Yunita.
Yeah.
What sort of struggles and what is the impact of this collectiveness in our society that is actually becoming a pressure instead for this generation?
Okay, actually from the story in Home Sweet Loan,
Yeah.
Kalna, she's a middle class income worker. And she lives with her parents,
Yes.
with her brother and her sister.
Right.
And her brother and her sister, they have their own family.
Wow,
And they
living
live in the same
house.
Under the same roof.
Oh wow,
Right, you
the
can
drama.
imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she has a dream that she wants to have her own house. But her minimum wage, her original minimum wage, it's just like,
Impossible.
It's impossible,
it's
yeah.
impossible, I think, for herself and for the family and the struggles there.
And I think with a lot of Indonesians as well, this is something familiar and common to a lot of us. But also there's a cultural aspect
Yeah.
that we face, which is this the right time for me to leave my
Yes.
parents? You know,
Aha.
especially being a girl, your
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
are very lovey-dovey.
You go out when you get married.
People normalize that.
Yeah,
you know,
people normalize that.
this phenomenon, like sandwich generation, it's something that we normalize.
Yeah.
Because it's also in the culture, right? So like,
Yeah.
I think it's actually always there. You know, this kind of struggles, and then people usually don't talk about it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, people start talking about it. At least this film is talking about it
Yeah.
right now, right? So basically, your character Kaluna is in that situation. What about Danan? Is Danan experiencing the same thing?
No, so Danan actually came from quite a privileged family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Danan is actually one of Kaluna's best friends. So we, the four of us, are best friends since we're in high school, and we're the main support system for Kaluna. But then Danan, I don't know how to explain this. I don't want to spoil the story, but
There's essentially
There's a-
socioeconomic differences
Yes.
in the underlying
Yes.
values of the friendship.
yeah,
Yes.
Right.
yeah.
So what is the struggle that Danan is experiencing then?
Without spoiling it.
Without
All right,
spoiling, yeah. Especially in relation to Sandwich Generation.
All right. So actually, Danan doesn't have anything to do with the struggles, because he's quite privileged. He doesn't really think about all the struggles, but he's always there for. Basically, this character Danan is there for Kaluna.
A support buddy,
Yeah.
support system. Well, that's lovely. But as a director in this movie, did you make any changes? Because I know a lot of directors who look at novels or an adaptation of a book, and they see a vision in these characters, but they just see something. Oh, I could tweak something that would make it more flourishing. Did you happen to have that sort of familiarity, or did you just stick with the book?
I think because I came as the reader of the novel first before I decided to direct this film.
Yes.
I kind of have the obligation to stay true to the novel because I think Almira Bastari as the writer, she already put a lot of layers and issues in the novel that are very treasured for me.
Yes.
So
What are they?
Yeah, it's a lot. I think I cannot explain it here, but I think that's what I try to put as true as it was in the book in this film.
Is
So,
Almira also involved in the script writing, or
in the earlier stage of development?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So basically, we kind of discuss the vision, and we're trying to be on the same ground on what we're going to do with the story.
Yes.
And then I feel like I'm very blessed to have her and Christian, the producer, to be part of this project because they trust me with the process. Yes. Because I was involved in the writings too. So,
Oh, wow.
Script writing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow, you feel very close to the subject
Yeah.
that you want to be like, I get this feeling. Yeah. I hope you write it.
Get me in.
Yeah, and their trust is really meant a lot for me
Yeah.
in the process.
Yeah. So you're just the dilemma that you faced was really just to honor the work
Yeah.
that was already done, which
Yes.
you already feel a lot of connection to. I think there's a lot of admirable things that you have. You've tried to stick true to the
Yes.
characters. But speaking of the characters, how is it like playing best friends? Were you friends before the set of the movie?
Yeah, so we actually best friends.
We've known
since,
each
like,
other for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I think more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
So the chemistry was natural, essentially.
It is actually quite easy, but the funny thing is because I see Yunita as like a sister, and
Yeah.
the fun fact is Yunita is actually best friend with my sister, my own sister, my real sister,
Oh, your real life sister.
my real life sister. So in this movies,
Yeah.
a lot of things that we have to tweak because sometimes
Yes.
our friendship, like in the real life, is like brother and sister, but here we have to have that kind of
We have kind of changed the
equal
dynamics,
friendship,
a little bit
friendship.
dynamics, changed the
being,
dynamics
and then
there.
being like a bit of in love. Yeah, there must be sweetness and yeah.
Is this best friend to lovers trope?
Or maybe it could be gray area.
Yeah, let's see.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Let's see. So, as actors, usually each actor has different processes in getting into their character, right? How do you see your character as Kaluna, Yunita? I mean, do you find similarities and do you find differences? If you find differences, how do you
Navigate.
understand her so that you can create Kaluna?
Okay. For me personally, I'm a sandwich generation too.
Correct. That's a similarity.
Yeah. So I know how it feels. I know how hard it is, and for developing the characters, when we do the preparations, we have the acting coach, and I took another class for acting class to develop this character. It's just only me and the acting coach. We built this character. Hopefully,
experience,
and hopefully, I don't want to disappoint the readers because Balmira has a lot of fans.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
People
what are
already
the-
have their own imagination and interpretation
Yes.
right, differently, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, what's written.
That's very challenging, yeah.
It is challenging. What are the similarities and differences between you
And
as
Kaluna.
Yunita and Kaluna?
So Kaluna is the youngest in the family.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have one brother and my sister and Kaluna too. And then maybe from the burden of I have to be the one who take the responsibilities to fulfill the household needs.
Yeah.
That's
So you fund the household as well.
Wow, you
For the
too.
minimum wage that your character plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can feel that way too.
So you
yeah.
could you have those similarities. And what about you, Derby?
Well,
Similarities, differences. How did you get into your character?
all right, so the first time I met Sabrina and the first time I got the script and the background character and everything,
What's going on?
Dana is actually me. Like we have the same traits.
Okay.
But of course, with different background, with
Yeah.
different. I feel more related to Kaluna actually. I mean, in
Right.
terms of like the experience, But the
Right.
trait itself, I feel like that somehow I'm actually connected to Danan.
Right.
There's a lot of like experience. Danan's experience is actually same as my
Right.
experience.
So it's pretty easy to play Danan.
No, that's
Oh.
actually very challenging because I have to play Danan.
He has to separate himself.
I have to separate myself from Danan. So the fun part is when we did the preparation, me and Sabrina, we discussed a lot of stuff. We have to discuss how he talks, how he treats people, how he smile, how he move, how he walks. So I think that's the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the challenging part. It's
Okay.
fun.
Oh my goodness. So yes, and now we're going to
Start the game.
we're gonna play a little game with you guys. Because sandwich generation is it's a very important discussion. It feels very substantial. So let's just lighten things up a little bit, right?
Exactly. No, it's not the Sea Morning Show without some fun.
Yes.
And a little bit of challenge. Now today we are playing a thing called a Recall Your Memory.
Yes. So the name
Excited
is Recall
for
Your
that? 'Cause I am.
So the way we play this game, we're gonna ask you guys 5 rapid questions about Home Sweet Loan. So very
testing
familiar
on your
with the
home base.
territory. We're going to play the trailer. Are we going to play the teaser trailer first? And we're
We
not.
already did in the
Okay.
beginning. Yeah.
Well, you guys are familiar with the teaser trailer.
Okay.
So this game is based on the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely based on the trailer. But you have to pay attention to the details, right? And I'm sure you've watched the trailer 20 times at least. So shall we do the first question?
Yes, that was
Yes.
actually our first time.
Yesterday was
Yesterday
the
was
first time
Yeah.
for the trailer.
wow.
yeah, to see the official
Okay.
trailer.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
This should be fun.
No, but you play the character, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have the sum of the memories.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you
shooting.
want to answer, just ring your bell.
Okay.
You want
Or
to test
honk
out
your
your bells
horn.
first? Oh, gosh. That was pretty loud.
That was loud.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
First question. What time does Kaluna arrive home at the beginning of the full
Yeah.
trailer?
Oh, okay. Sabrina.
10:30 p.m.
Let's see.
It's 9:40.
9:40.
Whoa.
How come you put the answers in the prompter? They just
I didn't see the prompter. I didn't see the prompter.
Whoever's producing.
No, I mean, it was the wrong answer.
Yeah.
I don't know how you missed that.
But make sure
Did you see it?
producers do not put the answers
Okay, I'm ready.
in the prompter.
Let's go.
Okay, 0-0-0 for everyone. Okay, the next question is, what is the number of the old house that Kaluna, Danan, Tanish, and Mia visit?
Sorry.
Yes, Sabrina.
13?
Yes! It is. We got it right here.
Oh. Okay.
Delayed reaction.
Okay. 1 point for Sabrina, 0 points for Derby and Yunita. Number 3.
Moving on.
Yes.
What color are the ladle and faucet in the...
Yes,
I haven't
Derby.
even finished.
Pink? Is it pink?
Yeah.
Whoa. 1 point goes to Derby.
You're pretty good because you just watched it yesterday.
Nita.
All
Okay,
right.
next question is, what animal does Kaluna, Danan, Tanish, Mia encounter during the house survey?
Snake.
A snake?
It is a snake.
Oh my God, 1 point for Yunita.
I have a question. Is it a real snake that you
Yes.
Yeah.
What type of
Real-
snake?
Huh?
What type of snake?
I think it's a python.
Python.
Gosh, I love. I have actually a snake.
It's a very big one.
I know. I love
Yeah.
those. Okay, moving on. I had to let it out because I'm excited. That's my territory. Moving on to number 5. What were Kaluna and what did Kaluna and Danan drink?
Oh, Sabrina.
Ice, orange and iced tea.
Nice.
Baca ya.
No answer.
No.
It's
Took it out, took it out. They took it
And the winner is Sabrina.
Of course.
Maybe it's a little bit fun fact. The 13 number is the one that I requested for the art department. So
Why is there a significant
Why
meaning behind
13?
it?
yes, because there's a little bit backstory on that house.
Okay.
That you have to watch for you
Yeah,
to
that you
get
have to
it.
watch.
Oh, wait, you cannot reveal it here? The backstory of the number 13?
I know.
Okay.
It's supposed to interest people in the lore of the
Yeah.
Okay.
Get them geeked out.
There's something
the
about the
Easter eggs.
13 in that house.
Okay. All right. Well,
Check it out.
well, there you go. What are your hopes, especially for those who is going to be watching your films?
I hope that this film can speak for many Kalunas out there because I realized that people like Kaluna's voices has been unheard.
Yes.
They are quite unseen, but I just want for them to feel like they're not alone. So as much as the struggle feels so big and it's disheartening, I just want to make them less lonely and feel like there's still hope in this world.
There's
Yes.
other people
That's
who are
good.
still going through
That's a
it.
good one. Yunita, Derby?
For the sandwich generations, maybe for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes sandwich generations is inevitable. Sometimes we have no choice that we have to be in that situation. So just let's embrace it. But we have to set boundaries to make the situations it's healthy for us, not toxic.
Yes.
And then don't be so hard on yourself. Just take care of yourself too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Derby?
Yeah, I just want people to fall in love with this movie, and I think I want people to learn that sometimes it's okay to say no. And
Yes.
To know your boundaries.
know your boundaries, yes, and of course don't stop dreaming. I think that's.
There you go. Oh, it's such a hopeful message, yeah? I mean, because life is that, right? I mean, life is always full of struggles. That's a default, really. But we always find ways, and hopefully we will always find ways within ourselves and also from our support system to get there. Thank you so much, Sabrina.
Thank
Yunita,
you so
Thank
much.
you.
And this film is going to be released on the 26th of September.
Yes.
So make sure you guys catch it in cinemas in Indonesia. All right, we're up for another break. In the meantime, don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts if you haven't already, because we're on Instagram, X, and YouTube at See Today News. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.